We're live. So here we go. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome all makers and sewing enthusiasts. It's been a little bit since we have done an Inspired by FreeSpirit fabrics. We are back this week. We are here with Jess Finn. She is going to share a couple of Anna Maria exclusive projects that she and her team have developed. She's going to share those with us today, and we are excited to have you all with us. I am coming from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm in the FreeSpirit office today. It's a balmy 70 something, which is actually rather cool for us. I know Jess is in Paducah, Kentucky. I don't know the temperature. I'm sure she'll tell us, but I hope all of you are having great weather. I mean, after all, it's June. None of us should have any snow. So that's always a good thing. Anyways, so we're here. We'd like you to send us some questions. I've got a beautiful quilt behind me. We're going to be talking about Anna Maria Horner. Like I said, it's her Bright Eyes collection. This quilt is called Folk Dance. It's a pattern by Anna Maria. You can get the pattern from annamaria.com. If you're interested in making this quilt, the Bright Eyes collection is out in quilt shops now. Like I said, Jess is going to show us a couple of projects that they've designed with Anna that are going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see them myself. I've had a sneak peek. I would like to say that if you have any questions, please send them. We will pay attention to answering some questions while we're live. But in the background, Christine DePiero will be answering questions for Jess, and Nancy Jewell and Lindsay Dryden will be answering questions for FreeSpirit Fabrics. And, just send us hearts, thumbs up, any, questions. If you see something you like, let us know. We only know from the hearts and thumbs up. So please just keep on sending them. We love that. So I would like to turn this over to Jess. Jess, I am going to try and change us from spotlight video from me, and I'm going to move it to you. And I believe that you're live now. So we see you. So welcome, Jess. Jess.
Awesome.
Thank you everyone. For coming.
Thanks for having me, Sharon. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jess Finn, and I am one of the owners of Paper Pieces and Quilty Box. My 6th wedding anniversary is coming up next weekend, and my daughter just turned 1. So I don't have a lot of time for sewing these days, but I try to squeeze in a little bit every night. If you're not familiar with Paper Pieces, we are the original pre-cut papers for English paper piecing. We've been around since 1983. And we've actually had the pleasure of working with several FreeSpirit designers over the years. And it's always so much fun. In 2019, we became sister companies with Quilty Box. And we work with the industry's leading designers and pattern writers to bring exclusive patterns and products to our members. So this month, we've had the pleasure to work with Anna Maria, like Sharon mentioned, and I'm really excited to show you what we worked up with her. So again, thanks, Sharon, for having me. I do want to say one thing before I keep going.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Oh.
Yes, not all of our boxes have finished shipping yet. So if any of our members are here, I'm about to show everything. You've been warned.
Yes. So if you don't want to see, shut your eyes.
Exactly.
We're excited to see what you have to show today.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with our classic. This is traditionally a pattern that is machine, or sometimes there's handwork, and just like this month is applique. And it's geared towards beginner friendly or skill building. So if you're new to applique, Anna wrote this pattern so simply that you'll pick it up in a heartbeat. And if you're an expert appliquer, then you're going to have so much fun making this quilt. So I'm going to get started, and I would like to show you the magazine that comes in the box. We call it the Bundles of Inspiration magazine. And this is my favorite part. And the cover shows the quilt. And it is hanging right here behind me.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There's the peak.
That's it. This is Anna's. She let me borrow it for this.
Oh.
Yeah. So this turns out to be 24 by 36, and everything you need to make the whole top comes in the box. So it's really easy to get started. It's kind of like an all-in-one project. So the pattern is in this magazine, and like I was saying, this is my favorite part because not only does it have the 2 patterns, but there's almost always an interview with the designer. And y'all, Anna Maria is Wonder Woman. She is a Wonder Woman. I can't believe it.
She is.
Yeah, she has 7 kids. She designs and collaborates 2 collections with you guys with FreeSpirit. And she has a brick and mortar, a full website, and she still has time to make all these beautiful projects. So she's amazing. I was really inspired by peeking at a day in the life. So even if you just want to read about Anna, you can order just the magazine and check out that interview. It's really interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So once you get past the interview and the 2 patterns,
Will you show us anything? Is the interview just all, do you have any pictures of Anna in there that you could?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir. You know, I don't want to reveal too much, Jess, if you don't want to.
Yeah, it's a 5-page interview. Like we got pretty gritty in there.
Wow. Oh, that's a great picture of Anna.
Yeah, she's gorgeous in front of her fabric. I love that.
Yeah, very nice.
And so once you get to the back of the magazine, we usually feature a member or a subscriber. And so here we have Hillary. She's been a subscriber for a long time now. And she has a lot of fun making these projects. So it was fun to get to know her a little better. And then at the very end, we always have a sneak peek of who is coming next. So next month we have Victoria Finley Wolf joining us, which we're pretty excited about.
Yes, that's awesome.
That's the Bundles of Inspiration magazine. And this month it has something a little extra special. It comes with an extra template page. And that is because Anna had a lot of fun making this quilt, but she knew that some of her followers and some of ours might want to make it bigger. So included in the pattern, there's an expansion pattern, so to speak. So like I said, you'll have everything to make the wall hanging, but if you wanted to make this bigger quilt with borders, she gave us the instructions on how to do that. So that's in the magazine. But then you can also head to her website, which is annamariahorner.com, and you can purchase that expansion pack as well. So it's kind of an option.
That's wonderful. So you can work on this project, and then if you decide that you want to keep building it out, you have all the instructions and tools to do that.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to let go of a project when you get to the end. So you got to.
I know. Sometimes you're relieved, and sometimes you're like, no, I want to keep going.
Exactly. So that's the magazine, and I can show you some of the other items in the box. There is always a quilt label. We team up with our friends over at jamandthreads.com, and they make custom labels. So they leave these ones blank for us, and you can use a micron pen and write your name in, but there's an assortment every month. So if you and your friend both get a box, you might have different labels, and it's almost like trading cards. It's kind of fun.
Right, that is fun.
I think personalizing your quilts and putting your name on the back of them is so important to leave your legacy with your stitching. Exactly.
It leaves the history of time, you know, when it was created, even for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's not always easy to remember.
I know. Jen, Jess, sorry. On the label, are those black and white labels?
No, they are color.
Okay.
So this one has really pretty purple.
Okay. Yeah, I see a little bit of it.
And they always take a look at the fabric that we're going to have with our project that month. And they don't make it match, but they try to keep like a cohesive look to it. So all the labels have this beautiful floral design, and the color is always really great.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah. And so those are from jamandthreads.com if you ever want to get more for the rest of your quilts.
Yes. Yeah, it's a nice, easy way to put a label on.
Yeah. So the next item we have is a single wash soak packet. So soak is modern laundry care. These are, it's plant derived. So they're as environmentally friendly as you can be in the detergent department. And they smell so good. I all my quilts and all my baby clothes with this. I love it.
Yes, I've smelt that. It really does smell really nice.
Yeah, it's so worth it. So there's a single use of that. And then this is really important, the next item for this project, because of all the applique. If you choose to do it by hand, it is a Dritz needle threader. So it comes in
Yes.
this little white package.
Nice.
We really like this because it's nice and tiny, but
Mhm.
when you slide the needle threader component up, a little LED light turns on.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
So you can use it, at
In
night.
the dark.
Yeah, when you're binge watching something on Netflix, you just pop that open. And it also
Right.
has a thread cutter and a little place for a lanyard. So you can hook it on a keychain or a lanyard.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, you'll never lose it.
Right.
So
In
I'm
theory,
excited.
right? In theory, you never lose
Exactly.
it.
Yes, in theory. So next I want to talk about the fabric. That's why we're here, right? Bright Eyes.
Right.
I love this collection. So in each project, we have 2 yards of fabric included. And in this particular instance, it's 7 different prints. So it's a really good sampling of what this Bright Eyes collection has. But once you fall in love with it, I recommend going to your local quilt shop and getting all of it because you won't
Yes.
help yourself.
No, they will not be disappointed. It's beautiful. Just if I could just jump in here, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to let everybody know, because you are talking about the fabrics, that this collection, as we've already both said, is the Bright Eyes collection, and it's a total of 22 SKUs. So Jess is going to show us some of the SKUs that they've used to create with this, but there's also a 108-inch quilt back that comes with the collection as well. So I just want to let everyone know that it's a gorgeous collection. Jess is going to show us her projects and the fabrics that they chose, but just to make everyone aware, there's a lot of beautiful fabrics to choose from.
Yes.
Tell us more, Jess. Tell us
All
more.
right. So this is kind of one of the big focal prints.
Yes.
And it is called Bossy,
Yes.
a big bossy flower.
Big
And-
bossy poppy on there.
Yeah. And it's just so vibrant. It's absolutely
is.
beautiful. And this is the flower that's the main motif in the poppy chain wall hanging.
Mhm.
So there is Bossy. And then also in this project, you're fussy cutting some of the background with these really pretty little white daisies.
Mhm.
So we love that one.
Are those on the leaves down there towards the bottom?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
It's
Yep,
used
right
in quite a
there.
few places.
Yep.
Okay, so this is actually one of my favorite prints from the collection. It's called Stacked.
Stack.
And I
Yep.
think this color is called Breakfast, if I remember. It's kind of like this bluish background.
Yes, that one's called Breakfast, and there's another one that's called Lunch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
These bowls are perfect for isolating, for fussy cutting with applique or EPP. But even if you cut this up and used it for traditional piecing, it would add so much dimension with all those different prints.
Mhm.
I love that.
I do
And
too.
for this project, we included a 10-inch strip with the fabric because you have to fussy cut 5 matching bowls twice for those top flowers up there.
Oh yeah.
So you'll get everything you need to follow Anna's pattern.
Mhm.
Okay, the next piece is called Brimming, and it is just beautiful.
It's brimming with color. Look how
Yeah.
beautiful that is. That's
I,
gorgeous.
I love how it almost has like, it almost looks like a metallic, the way these tiny little flowers are colored.
Yes, the gold really pops.
The next piece is called Cosmo. And you get a variety of little flowers there. And I think that's the mountain colorway, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I think that one's called Mountain. Yes, it is. There's Mountain and there is Ocean.
Okay. And this one is called Cosmo. This one's not Cosmo, is it?
Sorry, Jess, you're coming in and out. So that one's called Facets.
Okay. Perfect.
Can you hear me consistently? I feel like we're getting a little bit of a bad internet connection.
Yeah, I'm a slight breakup on you.
Okay.
Is it
Well,
gotten any
hopefully
better?
we'll. Yeah, it's kind of coming in and out. I don't know if it's me or if it's you, but either way.
Okay, well,
Hopefully
I
we'll
can hear you, but I can't
see.
see you.
Oh, well, keep going, Jess. Keep
Okay,
going.
all right.
Lindsay will let me know if we need to do
Okay.
something different.
Okay, and then I was just gonna say, as an English paper piecer, this is like the cool, the built-in honeycombs in it. It's really bright and beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
The next print is you get a fat eighth of this one, and it is called Cheering Section.
It's like a smaller poppy.
Yeah. And last but not least, there is In Touch. And this is the fresh colorway. You get 3/4 of a yard, and that becomes the background of the wall hanging. So beautiful fabrics. We love them so much. The last item in the box. Oh, there's 2 more items. I'm sorry. So Anna Maria handpicked a spool of ortho thread. This is, yeah, it's a good one. It's a 12 weight. The color is called Light Juniper, and it just melds in with these colors so perfectly. And she hand quilted that piece with this exact thread. So it's a beautiful one.
Yes, matches perfectly.
So the last item that we worked on with Anna for this is a Mylar template set. So it comes with 5 different shapes made in Mylar. She designed these, and you would use these to fussy cut all the different elements of the quilt. And I actually thought I'd show you her recommended method for prepping these for needle turn applique.
Yes, I'd really like to see this.
Okay, let me just switch my camera over really quick.
Jess, I just want to let you know that even though you and I are seeing some weak connection, it appears as though it's coming through okay. I haven't heard it differently, so I just think we need to keep going.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So I've got a little station set up here, and like I said, Anna, this is how she recommends doing it in her pattern. If you are going to be using a needle turn applique method, she does include other methods in the pattern, but I just thought this was really cool, so I wanted to do a little demo. So she recommends that you take the Mylar and place it on the shape that you're trying to isolate. And the cool thing about this Mylar is that it's semi-transparent, so you can see really well on your fabric what you want to cut out. And I'm going to take a mark and trace pencil from Taylor Seville, and this isn't in the box, but we do have them on our site. But just trace around the Mylar, and this will become the stitching line. So you just trace all the way around it. And I like that tool a lot because you can just rub off the marking if you want it to go away.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Could you show us that pen again?
Sure. It is called the Mark and Trace by Taylor Seville.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like how big it is too. It's nice and clunky, and you'll never lose it.
Yes, that's always an issue.
Yeah. So
where is it? I know it's here. You feel it around.
Exactly. So once you trace your object, you would then cut around it with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and just remember not to cut on the line you made because that's your stitching line. So I went ahead and cut one out already just to make things a little simpler. And this is the cool part. So Anna recommends taking a piece of tin foil, like this is plain old Reynolds wrap from my kitchen. And you put your fabric down, face down. And then you put your Mylar template on top of that. And then you use the tin foil to help wrap your seam over the Mylar.
Nice.
Yeah, so you just kind of fold it all the way down.
Love that.
Really satisfying.
Right, no burned fingers, right?
Yes. And you're not trying to like hold it down awkwardly with all your fingers.
Right.
And then just with a dry iron, you just press the edges.
Right. Now, what are you pressing onto, just out of curiosity? Is that just a towel or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just an extra towel because I didn't have a small ironing mat.
Oh, well, it still works, so it still does the job, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then she recommends specifically to let it cool. And then when you unfold the tin foil, you
Wow.
have your piece with the crease in it. So you,
Uh,
when you're appliquing that down,
right,
the fold's already there and it's like a no fuss.
right. That's nice. You don't have any of the pointy, sometimes when you're pressing around a circle, you get some pointy edges, and that's really nice.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I just thought that
Wow.
was so cool. I wanted to share that with you guys.
Yes, I'm really glad you shared that. I've never seen that done before. That's awesome.
Yeah. So thanks for the tip, Anna.
Yeah, thank you for the tip, Jess. We thank you and Anna for the tip.
Okay, so I'm switching back. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
So that's everything in our classic box. And like I said, you can get the expanded quilt with the kit from Anna, or you can get everything you need for just the wall hanging.
Mhm. Can you show us the build on again,
Sure,
just so everybody can see it one more time?
absolutely.
Yeah, really pretty. Nice.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Anna Maria Horner and Jess Finn.
We had a lot of fun teaming up with her. She's
Yeah, she's a lot of
so
fun. She's got great personality.
So the other project, this is actually done by our in-house designer, but she always tries very hard to stick with the aesthetic of the designer just to get that same feel. So this is our English paper piecing pattern, which is a whole separate box, a whole separate pattern. And I'm going to show you the quilt. This is called Lovebirds.
Ooh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Isn't it? It's just so
Very
sweet.
nice.
So the whole border is English paper pieced.
Uh-huh.
And then the inside with the basket and the birds and the heart is also English paper piece, but it's appliqued to the background.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think it's so adorable.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. So
You're gonna have to
the
show
English-
that to us again. So just so you know.
Okay, I'll keep it handy. So that pattern is in the same magazine, which comes with the English paper piecing box as well.
Mhm.
And it uses the Bright Eyes charm pack.
Oh,
So this is the 42 piece charm pack by you guys,
Yeah.
featuring Bright Eyes. Unfortunately, we sold out. We sold out of the charm packs.
hmm
So I can't open this because I need to ship this afternoon to its member.
Yes.
But it's the full collection. And
Yes.
you use, I think, just about every scrap of it to make this quilt. So there's like no waste, it's always good.
Right. That's nice.
So the other items in the box are the paper pieces themselves. You've got the squares, the half square triangles, and then the custom birds and the heart. So these patterns are always never before seen, exclusive to this. We're excited about this one. And we also developed a template. This is a half square triangle, and it's meant for charm squares. So you can use it on
Oh, nice.
isn't that cool? You can so that you can
Yes.
fit that perfectly.
Yes,
But
I like that.
additionally, we put this second marking on it here, diagonal. So
Uh-huh.
when you line that marking up with the edge of the charm square, you can then cut it perfectly in half.
Wow.
It's
Very,
kind of like a quick guide to
yeah, it
slice
saves a
that.
lot of time.
Yeah, so you can turn your 5-inch squares into 2.5-inch rectangles.
It's all about the time, Jess. It's all about the time.
You're talking to, yeah. And then we also,
Efficiency, right?
exactly. So this project also includes a spool of Aurifil. This month particularly, we used a couple different colors because we couldn't decide on just one. Aurifil collections have matched Anna's colors so well, and I know she's an Aurifil artisan as well. So this particular one, it looks like it's that light juniper as well, but there's some pinks out there and some things like that. So that is the project, and I can show that to you again.
Yes, we'd love to see it.
So even though the charm pack is sold out, the magazine and the paper pieces and the template are still available. So you can find those kind of like an a la carte style instead of like the complete box on our site.
Mhm. Very nice. Both
Yeah.
pieces are beautifully done. Is there a way that you can kind of show us both in the background there, even if you just
Yeah.
hold? Yeah.
Scooch out of the way.
Perfect. So in the magazine, the maker will receive instructions to do both pieces. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Very nice. Wow, those are fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing those with us today.
Yes, it's been my pleasure. Have any questions popped up?
I actually can't see the questions, so I'm hoping that that's what I'm sitting here looking for.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the struggle bus right now. I'm hoping that people have some questions. Lindsay, if you have any questions, can you send them to me via text? Or Sarah, if you see any questions? We did, well, before we get to the questions, well, we are going to have a giveaway today.
Yes.
So there's going to be a prize for one lucky winner, but let me just see if I get any questions through here. I'm having, there's always something every week. We're on, but I'm trying to find the questions. Okay, let me see. Maybe.
Well, while you're looking, I don't know if I'm sure you know this, but maybe our listeners, watchers don't know. Anna told us how this collection was inspired, what it was inspired by.
We'll
she told
share.
us-
Do share.
Okay. She told us she was visiting a friend in Australia
Mhm.
and she got to their house really late at night. It was completely dark out. So she, went to her bedroom and went to bed. And when she woke up the next morning and looked out the window, she was in a full garden in bloom. So she said it was just breathtaking. She couldn't believe it.
Wow.
It was just unexpected after getting there at night and not realizing it, and then just wake up and see it. So
Right. What a happy day.
Yeah.
Right? So no
Yeah.
wonder she named it Love Always, right?
Exactly.
She's very inspired by flowers. So it's just it's just, it's fitting that's how it would be.
Yeah.
Let me see. So could you share with us in terms of the applique or English paper piecing, the size needle, the type of needle?
Yes. For English paper piecing, I always use a John James number 9 straw is my favorite. And I just use it for everything because it's what I always have on hand. I don't know if that's traditionally like a great applique needle. It's not really my forte, my wheelhouse.
Well,
I
no.
only applique when I have to.
Okay. But what about for EPP? What, you use the same for that?
Yeah, all English paper piecing, I tend to use a number 9 straw needle.
Okay. And it's the John James that you use? I know it's a really nice needle. Yeah.
It's my go-to.
And in terms of, do you have any tips or any questions or any tips for us in terms of, I mean, you showed us the marker, you showed us the threader. Are there any other things that, I love that foil method. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Well,
are anything?
I can show you this for the EPP quilt. Our
Mhm.
most common question is like, when do you take the paper out?
Mhm.
And so I'll actually show you the back of this quilt. So we always recommend to leave the papers in on the edge until you're ready to quilt it. So
Mhm.
like the inner row doesn't have paper in it anymore,
Right.
but we left them on these half square triangles just to keep the stability.
Right.
But if you look at the basket, after we appliqued the
Oh,
basket
cut it
down,
out. Yep.
yes. So you want to stay like within a quarter inch away from your applique line, but you just cut away the backing.
Mhm.
It's bulk, and then
Mhm.
you can just take the papers out from here.
Right.
And then if it's a situation like this basket where it's a thinner piece, you can just cut a slit. You don't necessarily have to cut it away. And you
Right.
can slide the papers out through there.
Oh, that's interesting to see the back of that. And I
Yeah.
totally understand. Would you say that the cutaway is primarily because once you get to the quilting, you don't want the bulk, but I mean,
Right.
I like the tip about leaving the fabric around the edge so you don't distort the piece before you actually get it complete. So
Yes.
that's a great tip. Wouldn't have necessarily thought of that.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
What I'm going to do is I am going to take you off of Spotlight Video. I think we're both there now.
All right.
I just want to thank you for joining us again. We are very, very happy to have you. We enjoy our collaborations that you work with our designers, our FreeSpirit designers, and we love all of the work that you do with them. And with our gorgeous fabrics. FreeSpirit fabrics are very suitable for English paper piecing and all kinds of projects, as we all know, as makers. So, but we thank you for giving us all kinds of inspiration on, different ideas and different ways that it could be used. So
yeah, it's our pleasure. So we actually wanted to give away one of these project boxes.
Yes, we did. Thank you, Jess. See,
Yeah.
I forgot again. I forgot the last time. So you caught me this time. All right. So we had a question for everybody. What we wanted to ask is, what type of sewing project do you like to make? So for instance, table runners, pillows, placemats, home projects, wall hangings, bed quilts only, quilted bags. What is it that you like to do? Jess, is there anything else you'd like me to throw in there as a suggestion?
No, I think you covered it.
I covered a lot of,
Did we say wall hanging?
yeah, I said wall hangings,
Okay.
bed quilts. What is it that you like to make? What do you like to know? What's your go-to when you're sewing? Some people prefer wall hanging, some people only do bed quilts, whereas others love to do bags. Or, if you're doing EPP, do you prefer table runners and more decorative pieces that would be smaller for around your home? Or do you like the wall hangings when you do them, or bed quilts even there as well? I know a lot of people like that. So anyway, so that's our question, and Sarah Asby will choose the winner. So you guys just tell us what it is that you like, and we will choose a winner, and Jess will send out a gift to that lucky winner.
I will. Yes, we will.
Yes. So thank you, everybody, and thank you, Jess, and thank you for that catch. I mean, I have it right here on my notes.
Awesome. No problem.
Again.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks so much for having me. You guys are amazing and we appreciate it.
We think that you're amazing too. So thanks, Jess. You have a great day, and bye.
All right.
We'll see you next time. In the month of July, we will be doing more Inspired By. So be sure to tune in then. And we look forward to seeing everybody. Until then, just keep on sewing.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.